Hi everyone, and welcome to this video on responding, not reacting. So this is a really important concept when it comes to conscious communication, and I'm introducing the concept to you now, and then we'll be deep diving into how do you actually do that over the course of the program. So let's talk about responding and reacting. So reacting is when you let an emotion get the better of you. Often it is also when an inner child or an inner teenager is being triggered, and instead of responding, we react. Reacting is when you get very upset, you might yell, you might storm off in a huff, you might leave without communicating why. And it would be really good for you to just pause this video for a moment and think about a time when somebody has reacted to you recently, or when you have reacted to somebody recently. And just pause this video in a moment, write down the notes about what was the situation, how did it make you feel, did the situation get resolved? Pause this video now. Great, welcome back. If you haven't paused this video, pause it and go back and do that journaling exercise. If you have paused the video, welcome back. And I just want you to leave those notes there to go back and reflect on in a moment when we're thinking about how people react in situations. Now, responding is when you stay in your adult energy, remain in control of your emotions, and you don't let your emotions bottle up and overwhelm you or kind of bubble out of the surface. Responding is when you calmly reply, you ask for clarification, you set a boundary in a healthy way. For example, you say, I can't do this right now, I'm leaving this conversation, this is not serving the situation, and you exit, but you communicate to that person that you're exiting. Or rather than lashing out and saying, blah, 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 making assumptions, we're actually stopping and going, okay, I'm hearing X, Y, Z. Can I just clarify that that's the case for you? Now, I'd like you to, again, in a moment, pause the video and think about a situation recently, if you have any examples of this, where you have had somebody respond to you or you have responded to somebody else rather than reacted. So just note about that situation and also how it made you feel to experience that responding. Great. Welcome back. If you've done the journaling exercise, awesome. If you haven't, just pause this video and do that journaling exercise. Because now I want you to have a look at those two different ways of interacting with a person and two different communication styles and have them in front of you. And I'd just like you to take some time to observe the difference between the two. Notice what energy you tend to sit in. Do you tend to react or do you tend to respond to people? On average, what is the one that kind of comes forth most at the moment? And a key question here is, what triggers you to move? What trigger do you think you have that moves you from responding into that reacting energy? Yeah, when you're in communication with somebody, what triggers you to start reacting to somebody and being in that inner child, that inner teenager, that overwhelmed energy? What can trigger that? And I just want you to write down a list. It might be aggression. It might be somebody not listening to you. It might be a trigger around rejection. It might be a trigger around somebody saying no to you. It might be it might be that certain people trigger you more, like your children trigger you the most, or your partner's the only person that you really feel reactive to. Just writing down that list. At the moment, you don't need to know all the answers. That's what the rest of this course and this work is going to be about. But at this stage, I want you to be really clear on what's the energy that I sit in the most in responding or reacting. And what are some of the triggers that send me from responding energy and that adult energy into reactive energy? and bring this to the next coaching call we have, and we can discuss this further. Cool. I'll see you soon. Bye.